here, TheKyannaSimone, and I am back on your screen, which means I'm back with another video. Now, today's video, as you can tell by the title, is my coming out story, but I'm giving you guys a family update. Pretty much what that means is, if you haven't seen my coming out story video, you can go ahead and watch that and understand why I'm giving you guys a family update. Long story short, when I came out to my mother that I had a girlfriend, she basically kicked me out of her house and said that we probably would never be cool again. Before we get started, do not forget to like this video, comment, subscribe, and keep it active in the comments as you guys always do, because you know I love to chat with you guys and you guys love to chat with me. I'm just gonna run down a list of people that I consider to be in my immediate family circle at the time. And I'm just gonna tell you guys the relationship that was then and the relationship that is now. Keep in mind, everything happened in 2016, and of course we're now in 2018. And kind of a lot has changed from me coming out to my mother and now. So the first people I'm going to tell you about are my 4 cousins, 2 girls and 2 boys. I'm just going to give you guys a rundown when I came out. When I came out to my mother, I didn't tell anybody else because at that moment, like, I really wasn't speaking to a lot of my family, only because like everybody was busy doing their own thing. And I didn't really feel it necessary to come out and tell everybody, and telling my mother was hard enough. So I just told her. I have 4 cousins, and I didn't really tell them about it. They didn't find out until after. So now within those 4 cousins, I kind of speak to 2. The 2 girls, one of them, you know, texts me every now and then, says happy birthday, blah, blah, blah. The other is actually on YouTube with her husband now. So we kind of talk every now and then through social media and things like that. So that kind of has evolved, because back then, like, again, I really wasn't talking to anybody. The 2 boys, I haven't spoken to one of the boys at all. He hasn't reached out to me. I haven't reached out to him. So there goes that. The other boy, I kind of speak to him only through my grandmother slash aunt. She's actually my aunt, but I grew up calling her my grandmother. So that is how I speak to him. Segue right into that. My grandmother slash aunt is the only person that I have spoken to since coming out, and she was the only person that actually gave a damn about what happened to me, what I was doing, where I was going. Like, she's the person I spoke to consistently, like not on a day-to-day basis, have like a month-to-month basis. Like, she would check in with me, I would check in with her. Pretty much she was just keeping up with me and making sure I was okay. So she was the only person I spoke to. But it was so funny because, again, I did not come out to her, and specifically I told myself I was not going to come out to her because she was so religious. And I was like, this is the last person I'm coming out to. Like, I don't need any more stress. I don't need any more like heartbreak or headache or anything like that. So I'm like, I'm not coming out to this woman, please. I already know her answer. To my surprise, she was kind of the only person who was actually by my side. And she was like, you know what? This is you. This is who you are. Like, I'm not gonna love you any less. And that's exactly what I was looking for when I was coming out, but of course that did not happen. Next person is my aunt. When I, again, left my mother's house, well, when she threw me out pretty much, my aunt called me maybe a month or 2 after, trying to figure out what happened, what went wrong, that she had just found out. So mind you, like, I gotten kicked out in June of 2016, and my aunt didn't call me until August of 2016, but it was at the end of June. But regardless, here nor there. So she called me and we had a conversation, and she was like, hey, what happened? Like, I heard that you're not living with your mother anymore. Your mother said that you didn't follow the rules, so what's going on? And at this point, I didn't really care. And I still don't care. Like, I'm not about lying to people. I was never a liar. You know, when you're younger, you're a liar. But like, as I was growing up, I'm like, I'm not about lying to people. So I'm gonna tell you this truth, and you either take it or leave it. So I pretty much told her what it was. I was like, no, that's not the case. I don't know why she lied to you like that. Pretty much I told her that I had a girlfriend, and she kicked me out. So the reason why I stopped talking to her was because her response to that was, oh, well, your mother must be at home crying. You like girls. You're a faggot. I can't believe that. That's what you do to your mother. Oh my God, how is she feeling? I'm sorry, you're asking all the wrong questions about this woman when this woman just thrown me out, and you don't even care about how I'm doing. You don't even care about how I'm feeling. After all that was over, I was like, oh, you call me a faggot, we can end this conversation right here, baby. Like, hello? And she was just like, no, that's not how I meant it. No. Yes, it is. Hung up the phone, blocked her ASAP, that very same second. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this. Blocked. Like, I left my mother, I could leave you too. And at that point in my life, that's how I was feeling with any and everybody. If I can cut off my mother, I can cut off anybody. So please do not be shocked when I do so. We really still kind of don't speak now, but coming into 2018, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna unblock everybody just to see where everybody's head is at, just to see what everybody's vibes are like. And if I still feel like you're on that boondoggle, then I will reblock you. If I feel like you have grown as a person and I feel like you're willing to understand and accept me for who I am and pretty much how I'm living my life, then we can talk. My cousin, so this cousin is the parent of 3 of my cousins that I spoke to you guys earlier about. I think she did send me a text just saying like, hey, what's up, how you doing? But at that moment, I don't think I answered her back, or maybe I did answer her back. I am not too sure. 2018, she sent me a text saying happy birthday. Listen, my birthday was like the epitome of people reaching out to me being like, hey, happy birthday. Hey, what's up? Hey, how you doing? Because I really think once people knew that I moved, because I think my grandmother told people that I was moving. So once people realized that I had moved, people like reached out to me more this year, like, oh, I'm not in New York anymore, oh, where she's at, da, da, da. And it was just so funny how many birthday like text messages I had gotten from people I haven't spoken to in years. She said something, I don't think I answered, and then she sent me pictures of her daughter getting married, but I didn't answer again because at that point I was just like, everybody's so concerned with keeping me updated within the family, but nobody has asked me how I'm doing. And that is another reason why I had stopped talking to everybody too, because even though my mother and I had an issue, nobody in my family really had asked me how I'm doing aside from my grandmother. And if anybody in my family watches this and want to argue me down, you can definitely argue me down, because like, I know that nobody has asked me how I'm doing. How was I doing? Do I need help? Do I need anything? Nobody had asked me that except my grandmother. Before I go into my mother, I'm gonna go into my father before somebody asks me like, oh, what about your father, blah, blah, blah. My father has not been in my life since 13 or 17. So he doesn't even know what's going on. He doesn't even know. I don't even know if he knows if I'm alive, pretty much. Like I don't even know if he's alive. Like, I'm being real honest with you guys. Like, I don't know if that man is alive. So that's that. Of course, we're talking about my mother now. So as you guys know, if you haven't watched that video, go ahead and watch it. I'm linking it again. I don't know if I can do that. 2016, she was not having it, as I explained earlier in this video. She pretty much said, you need to go, you need to get out. I don't condone this at all, since you have had a boyfriend before. So for some odd reason, she does not believe that people who had boyfriends can have girlfriends and vice versa. And I'm not really sure where she got that jargon from, but it was 2016 back then, and that's not how things work. She pretty much told me I let everybody cloud my judgment, blah, blah, blah. But I was pretty much trying to tell her, like, listen, when I was younger, I felt this way, but she wasn't having any of that. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna try to convince you. I'm not gonna try and change your mind. If you don't want your soul daughter to be a part of your life anymore, then baby, I'm not going to. Of course, it was hard for me to move out. Of course, it was hard for me to leave. But at the end of the day, if that was the energy and if that was the toxicity that you were gonna have in that living space, then I wasn't gonna do it. That was pretty much the energy in 2016 of how she didn't really want to talk to me. So I had blocked her too. She had blocked me on Facebook. I had blocked her through email. I should probably unblock her through email. I had blocked her everywhere pretty much. I pretty much left a note under her door saying that, you know, it's been this long, and if you're ready to talk, I'm ready to talk. Like, if you're ready to fix things, I'm ready to fix things, but you have to accept me for who I am, pretty much. I wasn't gonna sit there and just kind of sweep everything under the rug and be mother-daughter again. No, like, we have a lot to work through. We have a lot to get done. And if you are ready to do that, then I'm ready to do that too. But if you're not ready to do that, if you're not ready to accept me, then I understand. And you can go back to doing you, and I'll go back to keep living my life. I had a conversation with my grandmother sometime before my birthday, and she was saying that my mother was saying that she got the note that I left her, but she didn't try to reach out to me because I had her blocked. And she said that it didn't make any sense to reach out to somebody who had them blocked. I agree. Like, you don't know that I unblocked you, so why would you try to reach out? But again, you could have tried. But that's neither here nor there, because again, I had you blocked for so long, but I did leave a note saying when you're ready to talk, we can do so. So on top of that, I can't keep you blocked and be ready to talk. You know, that doesn't make any sense. So because of that, she didn't reach out to me when I left her the note. That's what my grandmother was telling me. So my birthday rolls around, and I'm thinking I'm gonna get like text messages from everybody, including my mother. But I actually didn't, and it didn't bum me out because I had spent, you know, the last birthday not getting anything from her. But it was kind of an eye-opener to me, where it seems like she's still not ready to talk. She's still not probably ready to accept me. And that's okay. You know, I'm not really trying to force anybody to accept me. I'm not trying to have any kind of, I don't want to say negative energy. I mean, the energy might still be negative if you're not ready to accept me, but I don't want to have any kind of tension or lack of interaction because you felt like you had to accept me. Like, I don't want that. So again, if she wasn't ready, she's not ready. If she couldn't send me a happy birthday, then that's fine. She couldn't send me a happy birthday. I mean, I didn't send her a happy birthday in 2017 either because I was just moving. I was just going through so much. I was like, it was a lot for me. I really couldn't send her a happy birthday. So she didn't send me one, and okay, that's fine. Do I think that we'll ever get back to like being, like having the relationship that we would have? I don't know, because there's just a lot that we have to go through. There's a lot we have to work on. From anybody in my family, that is a relationship that kind of bugs me out the most, because of course it's your mother, and I didn't think it would bother me, but it kind of bothers me a little bit because I've moved into my like apartment, my very first apartment, and you know, you don't share that with anybody. When I moved here, like, yeah, I had somebody move me here, but like, you know, when people move into their first apartment, sometimes like it's usually family members that come and help you like decorate and blah blah blah, and I didn't really have that. I just kind of moved and was like, okay, you know, you gotta get on with life. Things happen even though you are not ready for them to happen, or maybe you are ready for them to happen, but they don't happen in the way that you think they're gonna happen. It was a lot not having like my mom like see my first apartment, whatever, blah blah blah. But again, she's not ready, so that's fine. As a list of my family members, I hope it wasn't too confusing. I hope it wasn't too back and forth and blah 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 and mumble jumbled. But that is the list of people that I consider to be my inner circle growing up, and that's pretty much how you know the relationship is with my family members now. Again, I truly do speak to my grandmother and one of my cousins from time to time on social media, but pretty much that is it. I am not really upset or mad. I just want people to accept me and ready to talk to me as a normal person. I'm not saying that people are not going to do that, but when you're not really on somebody's radar, when you're not really on somebody's mind, why are they going to take the extra step to reach out to you when they don't have to? And I agree, vice versa. Like, sometimes these people are not on my mind, so I don't take the extra step to reach out to them either. So it's like a give and take, and I know when I'm in the wrong, and I know when somebody else is in the wrong. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please do not forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Also share it with your friends. I hope you can take something away from this video. Things do change over time. It's almost been 2 years, and I've kind of got some kind of interaction with my family. Do not forget to follow me on my social media. It will be right here at TheKyannaSimone. Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram is all TheKyannaSimone. Be active in the comment section like you guys always do, because as you know, I love to chat with you guys. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.